Okay, so welcome back to episode 2 of this Let's Play. Just think, on a brand new channel, it's kind of exciting. I have now just doubled my output in one day. Isn't that amazing? Actually, after looking around, I realized after our last episode, there's one last thing that I didn't do that I usually do early on. In fact, I usually do it on the first turn when I was practicing. Is we have the ability to make some assignments. Over here we have an assignment tab, and since Changsha is my home commandery, my home province, I'm going to put some extra oomph by assigning an administrator to the commandery, and I'm going to start with Chengpu since he has the ability, since I need to do some construction over there, to lower my construction costs and construction times and my building upkeep. So rather than Lu Su, who has some other things he can accomplish, since I haven't built up my commerce yet in that commandery, although eventually this will be a commerce focused commandery, we're going to start out by assigning Chengpu there, and it's a 5-turn assignment. The construction assignment tends to be one of the quicker ones I've noticed. I haven't seen all possible assignments yet, but some of the others last for a much longer time. So let's get Chengpu headed over towards Changsha. It takes a turn. As you can see, it takes a turn to travel over there before he's available to have an impact. Just to give you an idea of the commandery, I don't have control of the full commandery, but Changsha has a trade port, which is great for the commerce that I will eventually build once I consolidate this commandery. Changsha is one of the larger ones with 4 provinces as part of the commandery. It also has a tea house, which is also quite commerce oriented, and it has an armor craftsman, which isn't commerce oriented, but it can sometimes develop some cool stuff once we get that built up. So that's a commandery that I will like to have. It's a nice commandery as far as the income it can generate, at least in my early test plays and run-throughs on the game. So let's end the turn here. We have Chengpu on assignment, or on his way to assignment, and let's see where this next turn takes us. Well, it's going to take us to Badong because we already know that's where we're headed. But let's see if anything else. Little Han Empire trying to sneak a unit up behind. And now we're into the dead of winter. So we had a mission success by recruiting the warriors that we did. It improves my replenishment, not that I'm improving right now in an enemy territory. And I get some bonus experience for units per season for 3 turns. I have a new mission now also. South of the Yangtze lies vast fertile territory for the taking. Yet Liu Biao also continues to prowl nearby. Conflict with him and his vassals may be inevitable. So, to the north or the south lie opportunities for expansion. Yet it would be wise to choose only one. The choice is yours. And I have to agree with that with one friggin' army right now. It's you don't want a 2-front kind of a battle going on early in the game. That's not a good thing. So our task is to hold 3 settlements, and if we're successful at Badong, we'll hit this one soon, and our heroism will be increased. And right now, it's a woeful level of heroism. Now, I could have battled last episode to gain heroism in Zhangling, but I just wanted a quick expansion, and I'm just glad he surrendered, because we'll take some damages as we move into Badong on this battle coming up. So let's head out and see what this battle brings us. Fortunately, our forces are superior, and the computer predicts with our superior forces we will have a decisive victory. Excuse me, not the computer, they didn't exist back then. Our advisors predict a decisive victory. And we take a look at the map. This will be our first battle at all these opening points we have towers to contend with. So you'll get to see the strength of these towers potentially, and how difficult they can be to overcome, especially early in the game with no trebuchets, no flaming arrows, no advantages to work against the towers in the early game.
奋勇杀敌吧！我等必可青史留名。
此战我军精锐尽出，为的就是一战成功。
纵有千般险阻，亦当从头迈过。我们胜券在握。
Well, Lady Wu didn't chime in on that prelude to the battle. Huang Gai, our very, very good dueler, did, but there won't be any dueling in this game with no enemy generals in sight. So if we take an overview of this battle, you can see where the towers are placed around the perimeter of the battlefield, and what can be deadly, and it's why it's important to pick a point of attack, is if you look at these two towers, there's a lot of overlapping fire that you get potentially from multiple towers depending on where we decide to attack. And this tower over here, seems we have a path over here to get to this tower without multiple towers firing on us at once. So this is where we're going to, I think, focus our attack. And you'll notice all these pathways are very narrow in here through the lumberyard, and they're easily bottled up by determined defenders. So what we're going to do is spread out our army a little bit. Let me get back to this map. What I've learned in dramatic fashion is these mustering units that are barely even on the map with very low strength, they can't even charge a tower and survive. They usually get wiped out and run away. So what we're going to do is see if we can get some use out of them by positioning them in front of some towers we aren't going to attack. And let's see if we can fool the defender into holding some of his garrison forces over here, because the last thing I want the defender to do is to just clog all his forces right behind the one tower we're going to attack. That will be bloody, it will be ugly, it would be awful. So let's move our forces over here and let's stack them up the way we're going to run the attack. I think I'll lead off with my light axes, and let's see, that tower's right here, and so this is the range we have without getting double tower attacks. I mean, he's going to do plenty on his own, but let's get our light axemen to lead the way. We can follow that up with our halberds, and let's see, we'll bring our heavy axe guys in as the third wave. So if I'm unlucky and it's really their whole force is back in there, I'm gonna hit some heavy losses. So we'll find out if the feint over here with our mustering forces works for us. And we'll get our generals. Once I get a feeling that the tower is going to be taken, I'll bring them down because I don't want them getting hurt too bad by the towers also. So let's get into this and start the battle. And right away, we don't have good eyes on where they are, so let's just charge down in there. And we'll bring our archers over here to get some, hopefully, side shots and minimize our casualties on our own side. And then this tower reaches out to about there, so we'll bring our reinforcements up close, just out of tower range, and even our generals, so they're a little bit closer. Let's see, okay, we have one halberd there, so let's just charge down and attack him. This is pretty amazing. Only one unit. Our trickery worked. I've played a game where this got stacked up and it was ugly. It was ugly. So let's get our archers going on this guy. See if we can weaken him down before I get there. I already have the towers shooting at me and I'm already losing men that way. Oof. They just hit hard. They hit hard. Oh, there's the archers. They're going to be pelting us from the side over on this other side. We weakened them very much? Not a whole lot. So let's bring our archers down this way as we have some melee going on here. See if we can disrupt some of their archery fire. And let's get our second wave started with the halberds. Get them down close to support the attack, because that's going to be rough on these two guys. And the axe battle isn't going too well. They're just holding a tight spot. It's tough to break through. And I'm getting pelted by the arrows on top of it. Just not a good situation trying to break through here. Let's get the halberds in there. We're going to need support. Get them through as soon as possible because they are already running away. Here, let's get the archers. The last remaining ammo shooting on the halberds there. See if we can weaken them before my halberds get in there to go after them. You can see what I think about these tower battles and how frustrated I get by them. Oh, but he's retreating, so at least I can get the towers taken. Let's bring these guys down. Come on down. So we get support once we're inside there. I may stop. I don't want any more friendly fire coming from this angle on my units. Come on, let's move it. Everybody else is coming down in a hurry. At least I'm not taking tower fire anymore, so we can hold our own over here. He's got his own archers coming up there. They don't need to support. Let's take them in there and see if our general can take it out and do some damage. Ooh, the halberd's coming up behind though. Here's where we need to get our archers going. Get some fire on them before they get in for support. Get my heavy axemen in there. Let's see if we can get some power moves going. Boom. Do some damage on their halberds. And our archers are weakening them down too. He's about to break. See if we can get our axemen, their heavy axemen around him. Oh, they're broken. On to the halberds. Oh, they've broken. Oh, but we got more halberds in the back. So let's do this. Let's see if we can take our heavy axemen over this way. Run some kind of a flanking over while we take our halberds. And take on the new enemy. See, our archers are out of ammo, so they're just going to hang back. They just don't want to get past these guys. misclick. We'll bring my archers in this way. Okay, let's see if we got some power moves to help weaken him down.
准备就绪。
Oh, see right around. We just missed the power move, but you can see such a dent it makes.
步兵听命，敌军仓
Bring
皇逃
them
窜，
around.
一群懦夫。
Just as I looked away, they panicked and are running away, so we got the victory on this one. How do you know? And it's a decisive victory, just what we were supposed to get, even though right at the beginning it didn't look so hopeful. A lot of dead bodies at this narrow gap. They had had more of their army there. I might not have made it, so thankfully it worked out this way. Decisive victory. I still have over 1,500 men, so that means what? I probably lost 400. And he has about 300 left. Who knows how many he lost? But we survived. We now own the lumberyard of Badong.
我军不败，
Oh, I lost a little more than I thought. 570. He lost 960. We got 6 heroism from that. A little bit of coin, and we are going to
我会
occupy
满怀荣耀
the
治
lumberyard of
理此
Badong.
城。
And that gave us our mission success of holding 3 settlements, and we got a little heroism bump, which I'm going to lose just in one turn. It's like, whoop, get a little satisfaction, whoop. I'm going to lose it right away. But we'll take it. And we have a new mission issued from each according to their ability. My lord, the generals under your command are talented individuals, each with an array of skills they can put to use in improving your realm. In each commandery, they can be sent on assignments to oversee and improve the infrastructure, both military and civic, of your lands. Each character has different qualities to bring to these endeavors, so inspect your options carefully. So it looks like next turn, since I got someone headed over there anyway, we'll at least get a little more heroism to maintain my bar barely in the second level of the heroism meter. So the mission was a success. So we already knew that. And I have one more mission. So we have double missions. Sun Jian seeks to prove his... Oh. The mission success, my heroism did increase because this is sending any character on assignment. I looked right past that. I was like, oh my goodness. So that one's already done, and that's why I have yet a new mission. Sun Jian seeks to prove his worth. Destiny calls, Sun Jian. The tyrant must fall, and you can be the one to defeat him. You are known as a fierce warrior. It is now time to ensure all of China knows of your might. Strike out, and through your words, your deeds, and yes, your blade, make your name known from the highest mountain to the deepest sea. So my heroism will increase. Right now I am second marquis, and I need to see about increasing that to the next level. In fact, let's take a peek. Second marquis, I want to get up to just a marquis. Well, eventually all the way to emperor. Well, that's the ultimate goal. But let's take this a step at a time. So our replenishment is greatly improved here now. And we have a few extra funds to see if we can't build up this army a little more. Our income, not great in the early game, but I do think I need to build up this army in case my northern neighbors decide to go a little crazy on me. So we're going to do one more cavalry because we are out of the narrow corridors of the lumber mill, and we're going to see some more open field, so I need some flexibility to harass and get to their archers. In addition to that, I think we'll pick up one more cheap little halberd just to round out my melee troops over here, because what I'm planning to do here is next turn I may see if I can switch out the troops. I may swap a unit and get a few more archers because I'm going to need more archers. And since he has a little bit of cunning, hopefully we can develop our archers. It's not ideal without a strategist I don't have an ideal place to put archers, but Sun Jian is going to be the one that will have them in his retinue, I have figured, at least for starters. So, I believe that ends this turn. We're battle weary there. We have no money to do any building, even though my builder's over here, so let's just move on to the next turn. And he has decided to run away. Run away, run away. I would too, seeing the army he's facing in that province. We have a challenge issued. Sun Jian plots a dynasty. Our dynasty is forged in fire, chosen by heaven itself. Liu thinks to defy the very heavens. So we are tasked with destroying the following factions. We have Huang Zhu. Both to the north, they're vassals of Liu Biao, and Kai Mao. He is also to the north, very close to the north. And that'll take us, give us a reward of path to glory with population growth, public order bonuses, and peasantry income bonuses for 5 turns, better than the cheap little 3-turn bonuses we've been getting. So we'll see if we can do that. And the story continues about, especially on the Imperial Seal. You spy a large force ahead of you, flying the banner of Liu Biao. As you draw closer, a rider meets you. My master Liu Biao has heard that you hold the Imperial Seal. You must return it to the Emperor at once, or face war for your thievery. Now, one of your generals tells you of Yuan Shu, one who would be willing to aid you should you keep the seal. Well, I already know we're going to follow the storyline, and for better or worse, I might be able to give it up and have an easy time conquering the south and not have to worry about the north, but I think keeping the seal sounds a heck of a lot more fun. Plus, I like the bonuses I get having it as an ancillary. So Sun Jian declared war on Liu Biao, and by default, we're also at war with Kai Mao and his other vassal Huang Zhu. So we got our work cut out for us here. We've also had some new characters come through our territory. I do have some money where I could potentially hire them. We have Lu Fan. Some higher ranking ones have come through. We have Gan Ji. Oh, but he's loyal in the past to Dong Zhuo, who is the tyrant we're going against, so I don't like his spy potential by hiring him on. We have Lu Fan, and he has no past loyalties, so at least on that front, he seems a little safer bet. He has loyalty, charismatic, and he's distinguished. He does have some good cunning scores, and there is the type of person we want to control our archers with plus 39% ammo. They won't run out of ammo as quickly as my archers are right now. So we'll think about bringing him on. In fact, I like him a lot better than Lu Su, because if we look at the character of Lu Su, we are looking at someone, whoops, I didn't want to click that way, but if I go back to where I was and take a look at my characters, if I go down to Lu Su, right here, he is not one to get along with Sun Jian, so he might not be the best character in the world, plus he's low level, so if he were to go away, might not hurt us. In fact, I'm going to try and see what happens as we get rid of him and see if we can set up recruiting of Lu Fan. I have not yet banished anyone, so there's some satisfaction hits that we're going to take for 5 turns. However, I get to confiscate some of his funds. I don't think he has anything really worthwhile keeping before I banish him. So let's just banish the boy. And since I've never done it, we'll see if it has any long-range effects down the road where he comes back with a vengeance. But being a low-level character, I'm going to assume I don't have too much to fear from him. And I think I'm going to go ahead. Do I want to do it this turn or not? We gained some money. Do I want to look at building? Let's see what building in down here my options are. I got building for 1400 because in order to build the commerce that I need for this commandery to strengthen it as a commerce center, I need this to be a small city before I can build the lodge. So I think this is not a small city. I got to do 2 upgrades to the town to make it a small city. And I think we'll take the first step right now. I'll spend my money there. Let me just make sure how the army's looking, if I need to do some more recruiting over here. And I think we can get by with that for now. So we're going to build or take the next step towards a small city so we can work on infrastructure and getting our commerce income increasing while I have somebody assigned there to help out in the building cost and speed. So next turn maybe, if I'm able to, or if we get threatened, I may have to ditch that plan and increase my army if something happens up north now that we're at war, but that's the way we're going to play it. And didn't notice we have a reform available. We have different trees of the reform tree that have different strengths. The blue tends to be more trade oriented in general. Here we have more in the middle, more economy and industry. The commerce tree up here in the middle. Here we have a lot of the administrative buildings, which also down the road as corruption becomes a bigger problem for us, this is the areas we'll want to expand. Here's our military branch down here, which has a lot of military bonuses, reducing recruitment costs, for instance, on that. And we have more of the peasantry, farming, etc. bonuses down south, often triggering increased population growth, among other things. So I think to start out, we're going to just go with the strength of our home commandery, and we're going to unlock mercantile regulation and plus 15 income from commerce. And I forgot to mention way back in the first episode, I think, that first building we built down here, the unique building for us, the merchant guard post, did increase our income 10% from commerce. So we're already slowly building, even with just our unique building, helping our commerce. And let's end the turn here and see what happens, if anything battle-worthy happens here with Liu Biao. Boy, when that map turns like that, it makes me go, what's going on? Okay, Yuan Shu declared war on Heiyi. And Yuan Shu, who is north of Liu Biao. In fact, if we could become friendly with him, it'd be nice to have somebody to be a distraction to Liu Biao and Kai Mao and Huang Zhu we're dealing with now. I don't know if that's a possibility, but let's take a look at Yuan Shu here. Any quick deals that show up? Peace, non-aggression pact, military? No. So let's just get in there and see if we have anything to negotiate with him. I can support his legitimacy. That's his special feature, just like the heroism is mine. But to get him on my side, I might want to look at doing that. And maybe he'll give me, he looks like he may be able to get some money from him. Right now it's in my favor. He's needing legitimacies he's willing to pay for right now. So let's see if we can make some money, and it'll help me build my army a little bit too, since I'm starting to increase the city in Changshu. We'll keep it a little bit in his favor, because I've learned that by doing that, I always used to go down to 0 at first, make it an even Steven deal, but it helps how much they like you, their opinion of you, if you are able to leave it a little bit in their favor. So let's propose the deal,
同意了。
and there we go. He accepted. Now let's see what we want to do
召
here.
集众将，共议军
I
政
think。we're gonna, in this rainy evening, in the summer of 191, I think we're gonna move over towards the river.
孙文台心怀大义，
I don't know that I can completely get across in one move to Jiangling because it takes a lot of movement to get in the river. So I'm gonna stay where I am just to get one more turn of double recruitment bonus, and it allows me to recruit a little more with the funds I have. I still have positive income, and I'm going to get a third horseman and try to see if we can get that last halberd over there. And that's, wow, I can get that one on my income. Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm thinking I might want to recruit this gentleman because I can use a nice higher level strategist, and he's young, so we have some longevity with him. So I think I want to recruit him to replace the one I banished. So he is in the fold. I guess I should have looked to see and make sure. Is he down here now? He's not. I don't even see him down here. Make sure he gets along with our faction, but I believe he was in better shape to get along with our faction than the one we got rid of. Lu Su, or whatever his name was. Okay. Funds are low. We got the city upgrading. I think we're ready to take another turn and see what happens. Still see the people recruiting into my army, mustering into my army. We're at much stronger strength now. There's a new ancillary in town, a mathematician. He adds to cunning, and he's not going to be the prime minister. So we're going to see if we can. We just hired somebody. Let's see if Lu Fan. I don't think there's anybody else close in cunning. I don't believe. No. Nope. Nope. Lu Fan, I think you're going to get this ancillary to, well, I thought he was, oh yeah, he's the follower to help your cunning, the mathematician. Help you with your trebuchet angles so we can knock out those walls even better. Okay. Now we got full movement here. I've seen no action from Liu Biao, so let's move across the river. Into Jiangling, and we can still move even further over here. Let's just do that. Do we get a peek? Are we close enough to get a peek of Jiangling? Usually they have a pretty good garrison there, if I recall. And we have finished a large town, so if we are able to accumulate enough money, we'll be able to get to that small city and start working on our commerce. So let's take a look here. Oh, it doesn't. If I recall, we had that before we hired Liu Fan, so he came for free? Or maybe I'm just misremembering. I'll have to take a look back at the video. The next level of town over here is going to need 2,700, so we're just going to leave the money there. We'll have some flexibility if I feel necessary to do some army creation down here if we see any activity from Huangzhou coming down the river, and who knows what could happen there. The possibilities are endless. I've seen a lot of different things possibly happen. So I think what we will do at this point, I think I'm up against my time. Initially, I'm just keeping my videos nice and short and sweet as I get used to and in the swing of things for a brand new Let's Play. We've solidly gotten our heroism up. We are an awoken tiger now, so we're getting more satisfaction out of our generals and nobles with the heroism we've provided so far. But on that note, I appreciate anybody who's stopped by to watch the video. Please subscribe. Please greenlight the notifications. Give me a like or a dislike. Give me a comment on what you liked or would like to see improved about these videos in the future. I sure appreciate any input, especially being a new channel. And this is signing off from Western Kentucky once again with a severe thunderstorm alert today. But hopefully I'll still be back tomorrow for another Let's Play.